Those are the planes that will transport thousands and thousands of soccer fans to South Africa for the World Cup. A smooth landing on the country's biggest welcome mat, Tambo International Airport, the pride of an emerging economy.
I believe that today marks the beginning point of a new history for South Africa's main entry points in airports. It's been a long journey to transform the infrastructure that Airports Company South Africa inherited around 1994, with a determination to slowly, surely modernize the airport.
The name itself reflects this. Oliver Reginald Tambo was an activist who helped bring democracy to South Africa. This was the unveiling ahead of the World Cup. The head of state was there to give his stamp of approval.
We meet at the busiest and the most important entry point into our country, the Tambo International Airport. It is not a coincidence that this airport is named after an illustrious and outstanding internationalist and leader of our people.
It took years of planning and building to transform this airport.
The route we took was to put together the central terminal building. Of course, we had extensions such as the pier. However, the integration of the two terminals into one seamless terminal was the most important part, giving us the capacity to date of 28 million passengers. So for us, this is the biggest milestone for this precinct to date.
A milestone that was reached by turning the airport into a building site for nearly a decade. It's now an investment as well.
An amount of 20 billion rand was put into expanding airport infrastructure countrywide. We are seeing the results of that investment.
The question was how to move soccer fans around the country. A big entry on the list.
We are ticking all these things off on my clipboard. We've ticked off stadiums, we've ticked off base camps, we've ticked off airports, and now this is a big tick.
Right up to the kickoff, people are asking questions about whether South Africa will be ready for the World Cup. However, people have short memories when they talk about World Cup problems. In Mexico in 1970, there were bombs and threats to kidnap the players, including Pelé, but there was no stopping the football. In the build-up to Chile in 1962, there was an earthquake casting doubts about the World Cup. Again, the games played on. So should South Africa really be worried?
We have not had wonderful public transport in South Africa. I think that's a general concession that we would make. And I think that the South African government, along with our partners in the private sector, have identified the privilege of hosting the World Cup as an opportunity also to lay down the beginnings of wonderful public transport and general public transport amenities.
So you can be sure in South Africa, the show is likely to go on right up to the final whistle. Mashiru Masuta, CNBC Africa, Johannesburg.